Good morning, Tennessee Valley. Good morning, 6:30 a.m. and it's already 70 degrees this morning. My name is Matt Ryerson. I'm your host this morning for Tennessee Valley. This is my co-host, Mr. Matthew Tolbert.
The mort to your Mindy, Matt. The mort to your Mindy.
Robin Williams reference. I
Yeah,
like that.
There it is, yeah.
For all of you children of the 70s, you can relate to that. Welcome this morning. It's good to have you joining us. It is a wonderful Tuesday morning. Hopefully you're going to get ready with us for work today or whatever you got going on. How was your weekend, Mr. Tolbert?
It was horrible.
Horrible.
Absolutely horrible. My wife and my daughter were gone this weekend.
They just disappeared?
They left me.
Oh, no.
They left me. And I was by myself. And I don't know if you've ever been at home by yourself for an extended period of time, meaning more than a few hours. But my life was disheveled. It was horrible. It was, I mean, the house nearly burnt to the ground because I was not taking good care of it. It was a mess. The whole thing. It was just a horrible. There's a reason why I got married. It's not to clean the house. I helped clean the house. The reason I got married is so that I didn't have to be a bachelor any longer.
Right.
I didn't have to be alone.
Clearly you're not good at it.
I'm terrible at it. Terrible. So they got back though on Sunday, and yeah, things are
good.
Much better.
Good.
Much better.
Well, glad to see the house is back in order.
For the most part.
All right. Well, I almost didn't make it this morning.
And tell me, why is that?
Thanks for that lead-in. My car almost died.
I kind of already guessed that, yeah.
Yeah, my check gauges lights came on, and it was overheating. It was craziness.
Well, that thing is like 58 years old, isn't it?
It's 57 years old. Not quite. My car is a 1997 Chevy Cavalier.
You can barely fit into that thing.
Barely. I squeeze in there pretty tight. But yeah, this is my wife's college car.
Nice.
She drove that in college, and as you can do the math, it's about 14 years old now.
And I've ridden in that car.
Yeah.
And I have to say, it is a piece of junk. I mean, it drives, I guess, but it's a piece of junk. But if it's dying, this can only be good.
Yeah, you know, this car is like a cockroach. It won't die. And, you know, I've done everything I can because I have just committed to the idea I will not buy a new vehicle until this thing dies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just can't, car payment, you know, it doesn't
Sure.
have a car payment.
Sure.
So we're struggling. It actually was picked up in the tornado, and this is no joke. The tornado went right over through our neighborhood, devastation. But in the midst of that, it picked up my car and moved it. Didn't destroy it. Thing still drives. Very disappointing.
Very disappointing.
Very disappointing. Would have loved to see that thing go. So we will give you a weekly car update to
until it dies.
Until it dies.
Which it could be this afternoon.
And it could be 2017.
Folks, if you see a red, maroon, ugly-looking Cavalier on the side of the road and this guy standing outside, please pick him up and help him out. He'll need it.
Take care of me. Take care of me. I appreciate that. Also, quick update. My neighbor's horse had its pony. Is that what a baby horse is called?
No.
What is a baby horse?
It's foal. It's a foal.
Our producer, Joe Balo from the back. Foal! Yeah, all right.
No, ponies are a completely different animal, or, well, different kind of animal.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Anyways, it had its foal the
Wow.
other day, which is pretty extraordinary. If you've
Spindly
never,
legs.
yeah, it's still wobbly. Took the kids over to see it. It's pretty amazing.
That's
pretty
cool.
amazing.
That's very cool.
We're going to get you caught up on some local news here in Bradley County. Bradley County man accused of strangling his wife to death will remain in jail with no bond while an attorney is appointed for him. David Keith Doherty, 41, made his initial court appearance Monday on a first-degree murder charge for the death of his 40-year-old wife, Elizabeth. A preliminary hearing date is scheduled for Thursday, and that's an ongoing story, so we'll try and keep you updated on that. The county earns financial reporting award again. Bradley County has been awarded the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting for the 6th consecutive year by the Government Financial Officers Association. This certificate represents a significant accomplishment by Bradley County in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting and symbolizes a spirit of full disclosure, according to GFOA Director Stephen Gauthier. Bradley County Mayor Davis praised the work of his staff in earning another distinction, and this is, again, the 6th year in a row. For many of you, it's that time of year again. Host families, local coordinators, parents, and past participants in the Distinguished Young Woman Contest were present Sunday to help the class of 2012 kick off the Distinguished Young Woman of Tennessee program. State Chairperson Charles and Tracy Fant welcomed the 23 participants, telling them they were going to have an amazing week. The welcoming reception was hosted at the Museum Center of 5 Points. We want our girls to have the best possible experience, Charles Fant said. The chairpersons also reassured parents their daughters would be safe and taken care of by their host families, and the girls were assured and told they would be treated like princesses, which is always an exciting event. And then Johnny McDaniel spoke to the Sunrise Rotary Club, gave an update, and as you may have heard, Blue Spring School is actually set for demolition, which is a sad day. Many of us in the community know that school has been around for nearly 50 years and in that community for over 100 years, but there are plans to rebuild it in the same area on Blue Springs Road. So Johnny McDaniel giving that update to Sunrise Rotary. I also want to give you a quick look at the weather today. Partly cloudy, a high of 98 degrees and a low of 75. Tomorrow it's going to cool off. It's going to be partly cloudy with only a high of 97. Whew, lucky us. Low of 73. And then Thursday, it's going to shoot right back up to a high of 98. It's just hot, hot, hot. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure your pets are inside. And make sure everybody's getting plenty of water.
Our weekend was nice and cool, I mean, as far as that's concerned, but it's getting hot.
I tell you, it's been almost really 2 or 3 weeks where it's been pretty warm. So
that's really, I hate this, I really do.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, come back for the things that matter. So grab a nice cup of joe and join us. 6:38 this morning. Stick with us.
How would you like to look better and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Pain Management, located at 2020 Keith Street Northwest, Suite C in Cleveland. Dr. Dennis Ford is board certified with the American Board of Anti-Aging, the American Board of Pain Management, the American Board of Anesthesiology, and the American Board of Family Physicians. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. Dr. Ford is a licensed physician offering affordable Botox injections for just $10 per unit. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. Botox can also be used on the lower face to treat the muscles that cause tiny lines around the mouth and neck. Botox Cosmetic works by relaxing the facial muscles, creating a smoother, more refreshed appearance that's safe and now affordable. So to look and feel your best, visit the Ford Center for Pain Management at 2020 Keith Street Northwest or call for an appointment 614-0535. The Ford Center for Pain Management.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
Welcome back. Good morning. It's a hot Tuesday morning. It's already 70 degrees. Supposed to be in the high 90s. The heat index is supposed to be in triple digits, whatever heat index is. So
It's how hot it feels as opposed to how hot it actually is.
okay.
It's like the wind chill factor in the wintertime.
Right. Thanks. Thank you.
I'm just letting
Paul
you know
Barris
the,
over here.
the meteorology that I am familiar with.
Okay. All right, 6:42 this morning. Hopefully you're getting ready with us. We're going to start, we're going to kick your morning off with a little bit more news. In fact, it's a segment we call The Things That Matter.
These are the things that matter. Parents are choosing not to reveal the gender of their child. There is a couple here in the U.S. that have decided not to reveal the gender of their child. They choose not to stereotype their child using preconceived ideas about gender. Now, I don't know about you, but that is confusing to me. In a related story, there's a school in Sweden called Igalia, which chooses not to use the words him or her in describing their children. They use a very general it, apparently. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is all about.
You. Hey, you over there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very general, these its. So that's a little weird, a little different, but like apparently these parents, they're not using any pink or blue. I don't know what yellow. I don't know what color they use. But they're choosing not to reveal it to anyone. They know, but no one else does.
Is there a requirement? Do you have to, though? I mean...
No, actually, you don't have to. It's just easy for people to, buy things for the child at the shower, and birthdays and things like that.
Right.
But yeah, it's a little strange to me.
It is. I mean, I don't know how that... I mean, whatever, I guess.
There is a Donna Simpson, not our local Donna Simpson, but a woman from New Jersey. She weighs 700 pounds and is trying to gain an additional 300 pounds so she can claim the Guinness Book of World Records title of World's Most Obese Woman.
Wait a minute. She weighs 700 pounds.
Yes.
And she's trying to gain weight.
300 pounds.
300 pounds.
That's not the worst of it.
You're a big guy.
Thank you.
You don't weigh 300 pounds.
Thank you.
She's trying to gain more than you.
She's trying to gain me plus.
So she's actually trying to throw you on her back and carry you around.
Probably not on her back. Probably around her midsection or something like that. This is the kind of society we live in. I have nothing against eating, obviously, but my goodness, 700. She wants to be 1,000 pounds so she can be the world's most obese woman. The worst part about it is she says she couldn't do it without the help of her 4-year-old daughter, who shops with her and for her, and also prepares her food and feeds her.
She's got an acceptance speech already. I'd like to thank my 4-year-old daughter. Couldn't have done it without you. That's wonderful.
This is the
Giving
training
a shout
up.
out.
This is the new meaning to the term training up a child in the way she will go. Jules Undersea Lodge.
Best of luck to Donna Simpson. We're pulling for you.
Jules Undersea Lodge in Key Largo, Florida, is a hotel. Guests need scuba diving training, which is offered on site to check into this underwater hotel.
Wow.
It's an underwater hotel. You actually have to dive down to get to it.
It's like Atlantis.
But incredibly, yeah, kind of. Incredibly, there's room service.
Room service.
The staff will deliver well-wrapped pizzas from local restaurants.
Oh.
If you're interested
Wow.
this summer, if you've not had your vacation yet and you're interested in taking a vacation, please consider Jules Undersea Lodge. It's only $500 per person per night
Wow.
in Key Largo, Florida.
You know what I like about that story is that they mentioned that the room service is pizza and it's well wrapped.
Exactly. Yeah.
To
Well,
suggest that it might not be, you know, that would be humorous. That here's your saltwater pizza.
yeah.
It's a little doughy today, and it's no longer warm.
And where's the cheese? It's the cheese. I got attacked by a barracuda on the way here, and so I lost my cheese.
I thought they were gonna room service was fresh fish, which wouldn't be quite as interesting as pizza.
That would be funny though. That'd be hilarious. You just open the door and they swim in. When a company takes out an advertisement, they don't have much space to convince you to buy their products. So consider these words when purchasing, whether it be online or at the store or whatever, because there are a number of keywords that companies use in order to get people to spend more money.
Okay.
And it's a little unique.
This is a consumer advocacy tip here.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. That's a great term. Consumer advocacy tip.
Yep.
That means they have to choose every word carefully to make the most impact. So beware of words like free. This is what I thought. It was pretty hilarious. But no, things like buy one, get one free.
Right.
They'll tend to sell you things at full price or maybe overcharge you when they can give you one for free.
Right.
And then people are more likely to do
You
that.
know what I'm a big fan of? I'm a big fan of the Doritos. I love Doritos, right? And they give you that big bag, and sometimes they'll give you that top section that's in gold. It says 10% more free.
Right.
But that's like all the air.
Yeah.
I got that. I got the air already. I don't need extra 10% air.
And my thinking is how is it 10% more free? I'm still paying for the bag.
Right.
And see, that is one of the ways that they get you.
There you go.
That's one of the ways they get you. Another term, money back guarantee. How many of you, I know this is difficult for me, how many of you send in rebates and actually after purchasing something send it back to get your money back when they guarantee that?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often.
Right, right.
And so when when people tend to see money back guarantee, they'll buy it and they never actually will give it
Thinking
back.
I'm safe because if I don't like it,
Yeah,
I'll
there's a
send it
guarantee.
back.
There's a guarantee. Another one, and this disturbed me, doctor recommended.
What are you saying? They're not doctor recommended?
Well, they just take doctor's names in vain.
What do you mean?
Well, if they say it's doctor recommended, it's a way that will get everybody to buy it more, and yet doctors may recommend lots of different things.
Okay, so you're saying some doctor that went to med school in Tijuana may have said, yeah,
Well, there you go.
That's
There.
great for you.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
then a doctor recommended it.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Or a doctor, say for instance, a doctor of education.
You know, I always
recommended this,
wondered
you're
on
like,
the dentist, 4 out of 5 dentists recommend.
4 out of 5 is also one of the terms that they say beware of because you tend to spend more when you see those terms. For some reason, it gives you a sense of, a false sense of security when purchasing,
right.
comfort when purchasing these things, and you tend to spend more money that way. So
You know, I always
beware
wondered
these
about
terms.
the 4 out of 5 dentists. So what the deal was with the 5th dentist?
Yeah, why did he refuse?
Yeah, I mean, was he like, hey, this is a bad deal?
Yeah.
You know, we don't advertise his opinion very well.
Maybe
His or her.
Maybe he preferred
It.
extra gum over Trident, you know.
Yeah,
Who knows?
exactly. I don't want to gender specify here.
All right, last one.
All right.
A recent study says that interacting with women makes men dumb. Researchers at Radboud University in the Netherlands, which is not a fake university, by the way, found that men tended to have difficulty performing cognitive tasks after socializing with a member of the opposite sex.
Really? So
This
women
totally makes sense to me. Totally makes sense.
Women make men dumber.
And I think it might have something to do with attractive women. If a man is attracted to a woman, then he just all
right.
reason or
yeah,
intellect goes out the window.
Right. Okay. Because I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that
Oh,
one.
I totally am. I am a lot dumber when my wife is around, and she is a lot smarter than I am.
And that's saying something, folks. That is saying something.
Now,
For you to
actually,
lower the bar is
you know what? I'll say this. Considering what happened this last weekend at my house, I'm just as dumb when she's not there, I think. I think she's...
I concur. I concur. We're going to take a quick look at the weather before we jump into a break. Today it's going to be another scorcher with a high of 98 degrees. Tomorrow it looks just as hot with partly cloudy and a high of 97. And then Thursday, we're just hovering around that 100 mark with another high of 98 degrees, and the heat index is even warmer than that. So make sure you're staying hydrated and staying cool out there, folks. If you're out in the yard working or doing anything outside, making sure you have plenty of water there.
I think we need some rain.
Yeah, a little rain would be nice, although I heard some thunder rolling last night and little sprinkles going on.
Doesn't seem to have helped us.
No, it's not cooling things off. So, all right, folks, well, stick with us. We're going to go to commercial break, and then we have a really special guest, Kelly Myers from the Behavioral Research Institute. So stick with us.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
How would you like to look better and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Pain Management, located at 2020 Keith Street Northwest, Suite C in Cleveland. Dr. Dennis Ford is board certified with the American Board of Anti-Aging, the American Board of Pain Management, the American Board of Anesthesiology, and the American Board of Family Physicians. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. Dr. Ford is a licensed physician offering affordable Botox injections for just $10 per unit. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. Botox can also be used on the lower face to treat the muscles that cause tiny lines around the mouth and neck. Botox Cosmetic works by relaxing the facial muscles, creating a smoother, more refreshed appearance that's safe and now affordable. So to look and feel your best, visit the Ford Center for Pain Management at 2020 Keith Street Northwest or call for an appointment, 614-0535. The Ford Center for Pain Management.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley. It's 6:55 a.m. If you're getting ready for work, pace yourself. Pace yourself. It's already 69 degrees and supposed to be a hot one today, but we have a very special guest with us, Kelly Myers from the Behavioral Research Institute. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you. Good morning. Good to be here.
We're glad to have you. Thanks for joining us today. And for those who don't know, what is the Behavioral Research Institute and what exactly do you do?
All right, Behavioral Research Institute is a nonprofit child abuse prevention agency, and there I coordinate the interns that come in and work with us. Our interns go out in the community and teach our classes, which are mostly parenting classes, anger management classes for children and for adults. So that's basically what we do. Because we're a nonprofit, we can provide most of our services for free, which we feel is a wonderful resource to the community.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So what kind of kids do you deal with? I mean, is this typically kids that are having trouble in school, or is it kids that can just use a few tips on modifying their behavior or controlling some of their emotions? Or?
Well, all of the above, really. I mean, these are children that have usually been referred to us by the guidance counselor or by parents in the community who go through their local schools and work with us, because we actually go into the schools and provide the services there. So we cut out transportation costs, we cut out parents and guardians not being able to even transport their children to our agency, and we go straight into the school system and do the classes there. So it really is anyone in the school that the guidance counselors have seen. We think this child has an extra or additional anger problem beyond just normal. They get angry every day about things that typically would make children angry, but this is something that we see in addition to that. They'll refer them to us, and we do a 6-week course with them. We come into the schools and work with them for a half an hour every week and work on basic anger management skills, what to do when you get angry, how to relate to others better, how to have better interpersonal skills, things like that.
Now, some of our viewers might be out there going, now, really, do little kids, elementary school kids, have these type of issues? I mean, is this a real thing?
Yeah, and it's hard to imagine, because when you think of a 3 or 4-year-old, you want to think of a cute little girl or boy and someone who'd crawl up in your lap and just kind of snuggle with you. The reason we got started working with this age children in the Head Start and preschool age is because we had a report of a child breaking a teacher's arm, and we knew we had to do something from there. So, I mean, these children are very cute, and we want to keep them that way. But we know sometimes there's anger problems in the home that lead them to be more angry in other settings, and we saw that in the preschool. So and that probably is the most extreme case we have in terms of a child breaking a teacher's arm. But there's some children who are very angry and don't know what to do with that anger, and we want to help with that.
And my guess is if this is not addressed, it continues to be a problem, it persists or becomes worse over time.
It does, and we work with 3 years old all the way up to adults. So we see adults who have anger problems, and those are the ones who have usually, well, for us, have been in jail or are in danger of being sentenced to a jail stay. And instead of that, the judge will sometimes say, we'll go to this anger management program instead of going to jail, and we feel like this will help you out depending on the charge that's against you. So, yeah, we don't want to see these kids end up there, because they will. You know, we see, even though at 3, the behaviors are more manageable, the emotions are more manageable, but if it keeps going throughout the rest of their life, we're going to see these adults in our jail system, which we know is even going to be more expensive for our community to pay for than working with these programs with these younger children.
But those negative emotions and those negative behaviors, they also kind of impact the academic performance of kids, even when they're in school, right?
Yes, and not just the kids who are experiencing that, but other children, because they're impacting the whole feel of the classroom and the whole really functioning level of the classroom. Because if you have a teacher, and we know most classrooms in Bradley County have one teacher in the classroom, maybe a part-time assistant if it's the younger grades, but if you have a teacher who's having to focus on 1 child, 2 children in the classroom who have these extreme emotions and behaviors that haven't been dealt with, the rest of the class is going to suffer. And that's not to label those children, but that's to say they need help, and there needs to be a resource in our community to help them, and we're here to do that.
So this goes to the entire school culture, the classroom culture, as well as individually impacting these kids that are struggling with behavioral issues.
Exactly, and what we don't want to see, I know this is, and you never want to think about the worst case scenarios, but you have to with what we do. We don't want a Columbine to happen because we didn't prevent children who were 3, 4, 5, elementary age, that at that stage and having these behavior problems, we don't want to allow that to happen because we didn't go in and work with these children at an early age.
You know what's fascinating is and you mentioned Columbine, but so many incidents like that make national or regional news. You hear interviews after the fact and people said, oh, you know, we knew this might happen, we saw some of these problems, and you kind of said, why didn't somebody do something?
Exactly.
And this is kind of one of these things that we're trying to address at a very early age.
Yeah.
Now you have a unique partnership. You guys actually partner with the seminary as well as Lee University. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We do, and other local universities, Southern Adventist University, UT. We have interns from those universities who come in and teach our classes for us, as I mentioned before. Really, we couldn't do the work we do without our interns because we have a very small staff. It's only 4 people, and we have double the interns or more every semester that help us out. So they are all in their master's program in counseling, and they're getting credit for their program to graduate and experience in counseling. So we provide that. They provide us with all these hours of work where they go in the community and teach our program. So it's a great partnership we have with lots of local schools in our area.
Well, that's awesome. So I got another issue I want to ask you about, but if somebody was interested in this program, wanted to get their kid involved, or they know somebody that might be interested, how do they reach you all?
Sure, they can call us 423-479-1590 or online bri.ebradley.net. Either way is fine.
What's the phone number again?
423-479-1590.
All right. Now, on another note, you've had a call, not a phone call, but a call from God that you feel like you're going to do some mission work coming up this fall. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. I will be in the fall moving to Prague, Czech Republic, working as a missionary, but more specifically as a counselor in that area of the world. Last year I was able to travel to Prague and see the counseling needs that were there, which are very similar to here actually. As I've told you, we do parenting classes and anger management classes in our clinic here. The same need is there to work with parents and children on these very similar anger problems and anger, more emotional problems, identifying emotions, being in touch with emotions, knowing how to express emotions in a healthy way. So I'll be moving there in the fall to do that and to work as a counselor in that area of the world. There's not that many counselors there, not as many as in the States. So it really is a need for this part of the world.
So
go ahead.
Well, I'm going to say this is bad for Bradley County, losing her.
Absolutely.
Good for the world.
good for the good for you.
Prague.
Good for you.
Yes, I'm very excited. It is good.
We're
for
not
me.
trying to be selfish, but please do not donate to Kelly Myers. No, I'm just kidding.
This is not why I came on this program. This morning for you to say that.
That's exciting. And just one last tidbit about Prague. The reason it's mission oriented is the percentage of those who profess Christianity is really small.
It is. The statistics I've seen show that about 6% of people, and this is in Czech Republic, in the country of Czech Republic, which is about the size of the state of West Virginia, if you can imagine, very small, about 6% would say they were Christian, practicing evangelicals or Catholics. How many of them, well, I'll say they would say they were Christians or Catholics practicing. I'm not sure those statistics, but about 94% say they're atheists with no belief in God at all.
Wow.
Now most of the people in Czech Republic speak English, right?
No, they don't at all. They actually speak the language of Czech, which is very difficult. Of course, I speak it fluently. No, I don't. I will be learning Czech. I'm trying to learn now. I'll be trying to learn much more once I get over there and can practice with
you will.
some of the locals. I will have to. If I want my daily coffee, I will have to learn Czech.
Can you say anything? Can you say hello in Czech?
Ahoy. Ahoy is hello.
Ahoy?
Yes, it's kind of.
So all our seafaring brethren over the years have all been Czech.
You never knew that they were Czech.
No,
the whole time.
that is crazy.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
Ahoy there, matey.
So see, now you can say you know some Czech. It's great.
That's
I do.
Great. Well, if somebody wants to contribute or support your efforts in your missions work this fall, how would they get a hold of you? Do you have a web or a blog that they can visit?
The best way is to go to cogwm.org, which is Church of God World Missions.org. and you can donate on there. And I have a profile page. You can read more about it and get more information. I do have a blog, which is worldtravelerkelly.wordpress.com. Either way, you can find out how to donate or find more information on both of those.
COGWM.org, and then look up Kelly Myers.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. And then probably the most important question in this interview, as you know, we are connoisseurs in local restaurants. So,
your favorite restaurant, where would you recommend we eat today?
Well, I would recommend you eat where I'm going to eat for lunch today, which is Cafe Roma, downtown Cleveland.
Yes, of course.
Which is my favorite restaurant in Cleveland, and really even outside of Cleveland, it's one of my favorite restaurants.
They're not like an Italian restaurant, are they?
You know, I don't know the history. I don't know if they're based, you know, on an Italian fare. They do have good Italian food, though. They have lots of great pastas and salads and even great Italian appetizers.
Downtown, which is always cool to go downtown, spend your $1, but Cafe Roma,
it's a great
salad, nice.
Chicken salad there is you know what, I eat a lot of chicken salad, I think, because I always bring up chicken salad, but they have a really good chicken salad.
It is excellent.
COGWM.org, Kelly Myers for her mission trip. Thanks for joining us today, Kelly.
Thanks for having me here. I appreciate it.
Stick around for another couple minutes. We got another great guest, Jennifer Tollefson from the People for Care and Learning is going to join us, so please stick around.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
How would you like to look better and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Pain Management, located at 2020 Keith Street Northwest, Suite C in Cleveland. Dr. Dennis Ford is board certified with the American Board of Anti-Aging, the American Board of Pain Management, the American Board of Anesthesiology, and the American Board of Family Physicians. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. Dr. Ford is a licensed physician offering affordable Botox injections for just $10 per unit. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. Botox can also be used on the lower face to treat the muscles that cause tiny lines around the mouth and neck. Botox Cosmetic works by relaxing the facial muscles, creating a smoother, more refreshed appearance that's safe and now affordable. So to look and feel your best, visit the Ford Center for Pain Management at 2020 Keith Street Northwest or call for an appointment, 614-0535. The Ford Center for Pain Management.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley. It is 7:10 this morning. Hope you're getting ready for work. It's already 70 degrees, so dress cool because it's going to be a hot one. But we've got another special guest, Jennifer Tollefson from the People for Care and Learning.
Yes.
Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us early this morning.
It is very early. Thank you.
So we were just talking off air. People for Care and Learning has a presence here, has been here for a while, but a lot of people may not know what this organization is or what you do. Could you tell us?
Yes, People for Care and Learning is a nonprofit organization that's based here in Cleveland, Tennessee, and we work primarily in Southeast Asia. Our tagline is to inspire hope and empower potential, and we do that by giving the poor a working chance in third world countries. So.
Wow.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, that's impressive. So, how long have you been here in town?
We have been in Cleveland since 2001. And we were actually started here in Cleveland by Bob Pace, who's a local entrepreneur.
Legend.
And so, yes, and he started our organization after Men and Women of Action, actually. But in about 2000, I think our charter's 2001.
And now it's you and Fred Garman. Many people may know Dr. Fred Garman as the executive director there. And you take a lot of trips to, in fact, you just got back from Cambodia recently.
I got back about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah, we did a big youth camp over. We took a bunch of local people from First Baptist Church here, and then some other people from Atlanta and Lee University. And we did a youth camp for 100 Cambodian young people over there, which was really cool. A lot of the kids have never had a chance to do anything like that, and so it was a lot of fun.
So a lot of people may say, you know, okay, you do a youth camp over there, but it's pretty extraordinary. Let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff you do. I know one of the most inspiring stories to me was the work in the village that's literally on the lake. What's the name of that?
The Tonle Sap.
Tonle Sap.
Tonle Sap.
Okay, and explain this. This is an actual village that exists on water.
There's over, really the lake, it's the largest freshwater lake in the world, and over 1 million people actually live on the lake. Yeah, and so they live in boats, they go to school on boats, there's a floating basketball court, it's all like on a barge.
Floating basketball court.
Yeah, everything they do is on the water, to the point they say, and I don't know if this is just a wives' tale, but the kids on the water, they actually get seasick when they're on land because they're used to being on the water so much, so it's the opposite of what we're used to.
Is it a deep lake, or is it like...
It's fairly deep, yeah, it's not...
So it's just like a... They live on barges and stuff.
They live on barges and boats.
But the problem is that this isn't a wealthy community by any means. So there is essentially, and you can only imagine without going into detail, there's no water filtration system. There's no water or waste disposal system. So their drinking water and where they put their waste is the same water. So People for Care and Learning, what do you guys do to help that?
We have several things we do. One, we actually did this summer. We've given over 5,000 water filters away in this village and other villages, and they're actually manufactured in Cambodia. It's a simple clay system that filtrates the water and makes it 90% pure for drinking. We have to do education with that because it's just like I have a Brita at home, and if it's not full, I'll just get water out of the tap and drink it, which they'll do the same thing. If their water filter's not full, they'll just go and drink out of the lake again. And so we have to do a lot of education to teach them that drinking the water actually, could hurt them. And so we encourage that. Also, North Cleveland Church of God has started something that's still in the works, but we've worked on a water filtration system that will actually purify the water on a boat. We have a People for Care and Learning barge on the lake that we do English classes and a preschool and several other things. And so some gentlemen from North Cleveland came in, and they've created this portable water filtration system that'll run off solar power and will actually filtrate the water and make it clean for drinking for the villages. And it's a pretty amazing thing. No one else in Cambodia has done anything like this. And we've had a lot of attention from government officials and other people just kind of watching, because once this starts getting going the way it should, I mean, it could really literally change millions of people's lives on the lake.
That's extraordinary.
It's nice to see technology doing something other than giving me my email or something.
Yes. Yes, Matt, it is. What? But this story is just so fascinating to me because, and people may not realize, but waterborne illnesses are one of the primary causes of death worldwide, and in this part of the world, it's like the cause of death. And a lot of adults and mostly children and infants are affected by this, and this could save, we have no idea how many lives could be saved by this.
Yeah, it will literally transform the lives of the people on the lake once it's
So you do a lot of medical care and stuff?
That's part of what we do, yeah. Like I said, our tagline is Inspire Hope, Empower Potential, which takes on a lot of forms. So we do vocational training, we do medical work, we have English classes, computer classes, we have a coffee shop that's an equivalent to like a Starbucks here, where we employ over 20 Cambodian young people there. And then all the money that's raised at the coffee shop goes back into the organization. We have several orphanages, village. We have a micro enterprise farm that we just started with the Lee University Business Department, helped write the plan up for that and raise some of the money. So I mean, it takes on a lot of forms.
So this isn't, I mentioned the lake, which is pretty extraordinary, but you're all over Cambodia. You're doing orphanage work, you've got these micro enterprises, and you're partnering. What's exciting, while most of your humanitarian work is in Southeast Asia, you're using many of the resources right here in Southeast Tennessee. You talked about your partnership with Lee University, North Cleveland Church of God, and then so many volunteers. Mitzi Mew from Lee University, an alumni group, was with you in a recent trip to Cambodia.
Yes.
And I've heard work of wells and all sorts of things. And then Matt had a story that he saw that...
Right, of this man who had like a tumor on his face, really. I mean, it was huge. It was about the size of his head almost. But you guys were able to help him.
And again, that was collaborative efforts. This man's name was Anyu, and he had a 4-pound tumor on his face, and it was growing, and it was literally crushing the bones in his face and making it difficult for him to eat. And the first time we met him, he actually hid in the bushes. He wouldn't come out because he was so embarrassed of the way that he looked. He wouldn't look anyone in the eye. And we were able to send out an email, and all of these organizations started passing the email around. It was crazy to watch the stream. Like, it literally bounced all over the world. And a group of French doctors actually came to Phnom Penh and removed the tumor from his face. They did 3 surgeries, actually. They have actually done reconstructive surgery as well. And now Anyu runs our microenterprise farm. And he had never, like I said, he was ashamed of the way he looked. He had never kissed a girl. He was 28 years old. And now he's married. Our director, Fred Garman, did the wedding, and he just had a little baby boy as well. Wow. And so it's really amazing how just a little bit of hope in his life just completely transformed him. And now he's a testimony, in his whole village. Everyone looks up to him in the village, and he's just a walking testimony of,
That's an amazing story.
It really is. It's incredible.
I mean, a 4-pound tumor, and essentially, as I understood it, this was a death sentence. I mean, Absolutely. It was only a matter of time before it prevented him from being able to breathe at all.
Right.
And through your work connecting him at no cost, essentially, he was able to get that removed. Now he's got a family and a child, and he runs your micro enterprise, the farm down there.
And he's a respected man in his community now, who used to hide in the bushes when people would come in to visit. He was kind of a joke. And now he's a respected man in the community and making a living for his family. It's really awesome story.
So here's one of the exciting elements of the People for Care and Learning. If you're living here in Southeast Tennessee, you can get involved. If I was interested, what are some of my options? How can I get involved with the People for Care and Learning?
There's lots of ways to get involved. Obviously, we take trips probably 4 to 5 times a year. There's trips going, there are medical trips, youth camp trips. There's different focuses, leadership training.
So I don't have to have like a set of skills. I don't have to be a doctor. I can literally sign up and go to Cambodia.
Absolutely, yeah. And like I said, all of our trips are tailored really specifically towards our teams. One thing that we've been trying to do a lot of is business training. So people who have leadership experience or marketing experience or accountants, I mean, all of that stuff we really need. And we've set up trainings with Cambodian people and some of our staff members to do things like that. So we really tailor the trip to who's going and can probably use almost any skill that somebody has. We also have a lot of local projects that we do here in Cleveland. We built, I guess this is about a year ago, the playground over next to First Tennessee on the Greenway. That was one of our projects. Oh, wow. We've also worked with Habitat for Humanity and done a playground there. So there's some local volunteer opportunities as well. and we're hoping to have some more of those in the future. And then always money, you know, funding. We have child sponsors. We have orphans in our orphanage who need sponsors. It's $40 a month. And then those clean water filters I was talking about are only $10 each.
$10
to provide,
Wow.
and it provides a family of 5 clean water for an entire year.
$10 clean water, family of 5 for a year.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
That's an incredible gift. So, so then the big question is, I'm interested, Cambodia or here locally or just to donate. How do they get a hold of you? How do they get involved?
They can either call our offices, like I said, they're here in Cleveland. It's 423-478-7071, or our website is peopleforcare.org.
Peopleforcare.org.
Yes.
What's that number one more time?
423-478-7071.
And peopleforcare.org. But what's really interesting about your organization, and again, it always comes down to food for Matt and I.
Absolutely.
Your office is actually located in the old Hiawassee Grill, for those of you who remember that restaurant.
Really?
Yes, that's
So
true.
do you still make the food?
No, we don't. Everyone asks that when they come in. That's
They
usually
always
the
ask
first
that.
thing.
You
They
have a
say,
kitchen there,
They say, I used to get really good steak here. That's usually the first thing
Yeah,
they
I remember
say.
eating there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good. Well, so all right, so you don't really have a favorite
have
restaurant in town?
In town? I don't know. I've gone to the Catch a couple of times, and it's pretty good.
We've heard about the Catch.
Yeah,
like the
it is
Catch.
extraordinary.
Yeah.
I thought you might mention, you're right behind, just for location purposes, if you're not sure where the old Hiawassee Grill is. It's actually behind Sonic
Sonic and Golden Corral.
and Golden Corral. Not your favorites?
They all do.
Love that answer. They're edible.
I've eaten both.
And it's actually also right behind the old Athenian Grill, one of our old favorite
man, we used to
stomping
eat
grounds.
there all the time.
Oh, great gyros.
Then they went out of business, and
Yeah,
but
not lack of our effort.
no, we were here all the time.
I
They
had a
great.
major financial investment in that business.
They had everything there. I really missed them.
Great French fries. Yeah. Anyways,
Stromboli.
one last time, phone number for People for Care and Learning.
423-478-7071.
And peopleforcare.org.
Yes.
If you're interested in getting involved. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining
Thank you
us
for
today.
having me.
We appreciate you being here. Stick around for another couple minutes. We're going to close up and send you off on the day. Stay with us.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
How would you like to look better and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Pain Management, located at 2020 Keith Street Northwest, Suite C in Cleveland. Dr. Dennis Ford is board certified with the American Board of Anti-Aging, the American Board of Pain Management, the American Board of Anesthesiology, and the American Board of Family Physicians. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. Dr. Ford is a licensed physician offering affordable Botox injections for just $10 per unit. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. Botox can also be used on the lower face to treat the muscles that cause tiny lines around the mouth and neck. Botox Cosmetic works by relaxing the facial muscles, creating a smoother, more refreshed appearance that's safe and now affordable. So to look and feel your best, visit the Ford Center for Pain Management at 2020 Keith Street Northwest or call for an appointment, 614-0535. The Ford Center for Pain Management.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television. Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley. It's Tuesday morning, 7:26. Getting ready for work. It's 71 degrees already. We're going to take a quick look at your local weather today. It's going to be another hot one. High of 98 with a heat index in the triple digits. Tomorrow, more of the same. Thursday, more of the same. High of 98 degrees. Heat index well into the hundreds, so stay cool and stay hydrated. Mr. Tolbert, we're kind of wrapping up for this Tuesday morning.
We had some good guests, though, didn't we?
Amazing guests.
They were really good.
Yeah,
Kelly and Jennifer.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Just a lot of good stuff going on here in Bradley County, but just curious, today, what's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing, Dr. Pepper. Right here. I love Dr. Pepper. I recommend that you go out and get some Dr. Pepper. It's smooth.
All right.
What's your favorite thing?
Today, I think a good pair of shoes would be my favorite thing.
You gotta be on your feet a lot?
Yeah.
I understand.
Favorite person?
Favorite person of the week. Our favorite person of the week is going to have to be Rodney Murray of the YMCA.
Yes, Rodney.
Senior program director over there at the YMCA. Good friend of ours, good
Yes.
friend of mine. He trains me,
Good
actually.
guy.
He's a power lifter. He's a world champion power lifter, and he trains me. And but he was telling me the other day of this trip that he takes up to Elkmont Campground up in the Smokies.
Yeah.
In June, and they have these lightning bug show, or it's not a show, but lightning bugs. He said there are millions of lightning bugs, and they all light up in at the same time.
Yeah.
So you actually be out there in the middle, like looking down the river, and you just see, boom, this bright light.
Yeah,
of all
it's
these lightning
extraordinary.
bugs.
In fact, it's the only place in the world that lightning bugs do
Yeah,
that.
that's what he said. That's
Yeah.
what he said. So he said that he wants to take me up there next year, go camping, go see the lightning. But he goes fishing. But
Yeah, it's interesting.
Rodney Murray, though, great guy.
Good morning, Rodney Murray. What to watch for tonight? We have a great lineup of television tonight. For you men out there, Caddyshack.
Great movie.
One of the most legendary
Great
golf
movie,
movies
absolutely.
on AMC.
Bill
And
Murray.
also, if you don't like Caddyshack, Deadliest Catch, Discovery,
Oh, yeah.
great reality television. For you women, Cupcake Wars on the Food Network, one of my wife's favorites. And then if you have to share one television, you got two choices. Good family fun, Wipeout.
Oh, well, now that's a good show. I don't know about Cupcake Wars, but
Watching
but
people
Wipeout.
fall down, is good.
And hurt
good,
themselves.
Makes good television.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then American Pickers. If you've never watched American Pickers.
What is American Pickers?
These guys go through barns and find old stuff, and then they price it, buy it, sell it. It's pretty
No,
extraordinary.
I've seen the one where they go to the storage units and they bid on storage
Yeah,
units.
it's kind of like that.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. These guys are good though. All right, and our last bit for today, Restaurant Tuesday. We've heard a couple suggestions
Right,
here.
the Catch, Cafe
Catch.
Roma.
Cafe Roma's good. Had some good memories about Athenian Grill and Hiawassee Grill. Any suggestions?
I'm thinking probably, well, why don't we just go up here to the Mountain View Inn and eat that restaurant up there?
Mountain View Inn it is. Folks, thanks for joining us today. Hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Take care, be safe, and stay cool. Thank you, Tennessee Valley.